If you are a Homo sapien, this video is a must for you. Um, so, I want to talk about the three forms of life. The God, the demon, and then somewhere in between the humans. So, a God, in my opinion, I don't think so. It's in the idol. I don't think so. It's I have been on my spiritual journey for quite some time, and I had my spiritual awakening road 2023, and the more and more I have experienced life spiritually, the more and more I found that is not some God is not somewhere in the books. God is not somewhere in holy books. God, wow. I get so easily distracted by birds and eagles. I don't know, I just like it. Sorry. So, and I can't help it. Okay. So, yeah, God is not somewhere to be found in books. God is not somewhere to be found in the idols. God is not somewhere to be found in a religion. God is not to be found in parents. You know how they say that God is not. Yeah, I feel that a god is a certain quality of life. For example, even Bhagat Singh. you know so Bhagat Singh was a freedom fighter of here in India. When Britishers colonized us, he was a freedom fighter. He left his home, and he was not he's quite young, and I don't exactly remember his age, but maybe in his early 20s, like around, I don't exactly remember his age. I'm just, or maybe, yeah. These people, they were quite young. There were many freedom fighters, Chandrasekhar Azad, and we have some good political leaders who, wanting to take good decisions for the country. Keeping themselves aside, Sardar Patel. So we needed these people. I think God is somebody who can keep themselves aside, you know, and, you know, work for people around them, to nourish life around them. And it is, and I think I know the holy books and some movies, they try to tell you that no, that being God is, it's a very some very arduous task, and it's some very, you know you're just so away from being a god. But we had, wow, I love eagles. But we did have, many of these human beings we needed, who could keep themselves aside. And then there were, yes, some political leaders, who, who cared about their image, who cared about their image, their ego, and kept India, or kept the nation on a second priority. We had those kind of leaders, very famous ones, and, for example, Mahatma Gandhi. So, yeah, I think that is a god. What is a demon? Demon, it's you keep yourself at a priority, and you keep others at bay. You yourself are at some, you are more bigger, you know, than the other around you. So, for example, if a tree got into its ego, let's say, and it says, no, I will not give my shade to anyone, or I'll give my shade to people who are wearing branded clothes, let's say. Let's say you know if somehow the ego creeped into trees, let's say, then it is going to be so bad for all of us, isn't it? So a tree is just so nourishing in its own self, right? It's that's how nature is. The nature is to be God, right? But then there are demons who practice being demon. They keep themselves a priority and others at bay. And yeah, and they want more from the surroundings than to give. But what's the law of the universe? That if you see the law of universe, we are in an ecological balance. We we cannot just only give, and we cannot just only take. It's a give and take. We all are in ecological balance. That's the nature, that's the law of the universe, right? Then what are human beings? So human beings are somewhere in between. They are carrying this illusion somewhere, and that illusion is that wow, I love the silver lining on clouds. So it's a sunset time, and the clouds are forming that silver linings. It's an orange silver lining. It's not a silver, basically it's an orange one. And I'm again distracted because I can't help it. I don't know, can I show you? Okay, so what are human beings? Human beings are somewhere in between. They are somewhere carrying the illusion. Human beings think human beings are actually very funny and actually very cute. Homo sapiens are actually very funny and cute. What I do is that these family members are only mine, and I do not have a boundary, beyond that. This is my child, this is my brother, this is my sister, this is my girlfriend, this is my wife, my husband, and they cannot really extend their boundaries beyond that. And they have gotten so away from the natural principle of life, universal principle of life. They're somewhere in between. A demon is a better, because at least it has chosen. you know Maybe it's questionable what I just said, but at least demon has chosen, a god has chosen. But human beings, you're just, homo sapiens are cute. They're like, no, I'm gonna love only these 3-4 people who are in my family. And before they had joint families, and then they become nuclear families. So now they're you know love also sank with that. It just got smaller and smaller with that. So yeah, homo sapiens are cute. And but I just have one thing to tell you, that you might have to come out of this cuteness and for you to ascend. you know right now our mother earth is going through an ascension, it's herself. We all are going through ascension ourselves. And yeah, we are all going through an ascension. Wow, this looks so beautiful. What is this? We are all going through ascension. We ascension, you can just say evolution. And many uh, big spiritual seekers in the past have predicted this. Many people in the west, many people in the east have predicted this. The one big example I can give you is of Aurobindo. So Aurobindo has written a lot about the new world, about the new earth. So you can check that out as well. You can do your own research. And it's just not Aurobindo, like many people have talked about it, that this time is going to come on the planet, and we are living in these times. And it's time to come out of a cuteness and you know just finally ask ourselves, what are we away from the nature of how we were created? Are we, or are we closer to it? Who are we? you know what do we want to be? Human beings are very unconscious. They just want to close their eyes and walk around and shop around and consume. And I am going to show you, this is just so beautiful. Wait a minute. Around, look at this. Isn't it pretty? Whatever this is. Wow, so pretty, yaar. Can you see some lights just coming off those, behind that cloud? Wow, this is just so pretty. Sunsets are ain't they? So yeah, so yeah, so yeah. Human beings are, it's time to come out of your cuteness, yeah. It's time. It's time. You cannot just close your eyes and because I am sorry, but this time even we are like closing our eyes and moving on and thinking no, nothing is happening. No, we can be what our neighbor is, and no, you have to listen to your intuition, you have to listen to your heart, you have to wake up. I'm sorry, but it's time now. And I'm not really sorry, but it's needed. You need it. You need to wake up. Your soul is asking for it. We all manifested this awakening. It's just not a few people who manifested it. Every soul here present on the planet asked for it. Demons asked for it. Demons also ultimately want to be liberated. Don't you remember Ravan? When Ravan is a character, mythological character from Hindu mythology, Ramayana, right? And mythology doesn't mean a lie. Mythology comes from myth. Myth doesn't mean a lie. Mythology comes from the Greek word mythos, and mythos actually mean stories and legends. And stories and legend doesn't mean that they don't exist or they never existed, whatever it is. But yeah, at the end, even Ravan wanted to be liberated, and he was thankful that thank God you killed me, because otherwise, if I would have lived with, it's a cat. Oh wow, it's a cat. It's a black cat. If you would have lived with that much ego, if I would have lived with that much ego and I would have gone on destructing and everything, it wouldn't be good, right? So even at the end, even demon pleads for, liberation. So we all have manifested this ascension. We all have manifested this awakening. And so somewhere deep down we all have. We all have. We all yearn for it, and trust me, demons yearn for it way more. Trust me, because demons are so away from nature, so away from nature, and you cannot survive not living your nature, not living who you truly are. It kills you. Trust me, it kills you. I've gone through my spiritual awakening, I've gone through those spiritual experiences, and I just know that one spiritual truth. I know it. So we are right now in the process of ascension. So human beings, do you still want to remain cute? Just close your eyes and think that everything is fine with all the systems that we live in. Do you still think that we can just fill ourselves up with, shopping, and we can fill ourselves with, clothes and lots of shoes, lots of footwears, and lots of food. I myself had a food disorder at some point in my life, and when I was purging, I was going through a lot of painful situations which helped me awaken. But at that point I used to fill it with a lot of food so that I don't have to feel my pain. I am out of that, and I'm still working through it. I worked through it quite largely. Yeah, but you can always find those traces. Uh, so yeah, so so yeah, I love how this cloud has eventually formed itself. It's looking like a storm. Yeah, we are right now in the midst of a storm, and it will come to all of us. That crossroad is going to come to all of us, and you cannot You cannot, my dear cute Homo sapiens, you cannot close your eyes and just walk around as if nahi, kuch ho hi nahi raha hai. You cannot walk around as if, we can just consume and fill ourselves with that consumption. We can exploit our mother earth. You cannot go on like that. You cannot go on like that, my cute little human fellow human beings. You cannot. You have to choose it. You know, either choose being a demon, either choose being a god. Okay, it's like you are just avoiding the end because you're just so scared of the end. You know, either choose being a demon and just find your ending. Either choose being a god and just find the ending to your story. You are just experiencing the story. You're not a character in it. You know how movies are? You are really not. You are just here playing that character. You are living your story, and your story needs an ending. Your story needs some conclusion. You cannot close your eyes thinking ki I don't want to come out of this movie, I don't want to come out of this character. Someday your character has to find a conclusion. And it may be, we are coming at this point, and this point is coming maybe after a lot of lifetimes. This point is coming maybe after just so many years. This point is coming, and it's for all of us. And it's crazy, you know. And no one is talking about it. Very few people talking about it, and those few people have very low subscriptions. So yeah, I don't know. If you are at my channel, if you do resonate with me, and you do think that no, she's not a crazy woman who's talking something crazy, then do share it with your friends. Do let them know that we are right now in the midst of magic. That we are right now in Yeah, we are right now in the midst of magic. Mother Earth is calling us. Our own souls are calling us for a conclusion, for an ending. Will you wake up? What will you choose? You'll choose to be a god, you'll choose to be a demon, because you cannot choose to be blind and cute, you know, walking around as if no, nothing's happening. Most of the human beings live like that. Have you seen that? Have you seen that? How much illusion they live in. Oh my god, I've spiritually awakened, and it just overwhelms me when I see human beings, and I'm like, what? How much lie are you telling yourselves? Do you know the darkest of human beings? Oh my god, I can feel the dark energy sometimes. It's just darkest of human beings I've ever met are those people who are on a table and who are trying to tell people how happy they are. And I could just see below it. I can just see behind it. I can just see that they aren't happy. You know, that's why they just feel like they have to prove it to people. They aren't happy. And they have not even told it to themselves. Forget telling other people. I mean, of course, they're trying to prove everyone like that. Because our society has made certain definition of happiness. But not, have you seen people with a lot of wealth, with a good family, having kids, having wife, lots of money, and then still committing suicide? Have you seen those people? And have you seen those people who are like poor, who are like alone, who are like broken totally, who are like on the streets, and yet they're sharing their meal, they're sharing their food with the street dog or something? You really think that they're trying to advertise it to you that happiness is that Gucci bag, that happiness is, and I'm not saying that it can just be a bonus to your happiness. Okay, a Gucci bag can be a bonus to your happiness, but I don't get the whole idea of buying a very expensive bag. It's my idea, but it could not be it's not important that it cannot be your idea as well, but okay, whatever. So that's not the point. The point is, what was the point? Yeah, they've tried to tell you that this is the definition of happiness. If you've seen that American movie, In the Pursuit of Happiness, you should watch once. It's beautiful. Yeah, it it's find yourself. Who are you? And find what's your kind of happiness. Don't go by the advertisements. They're trying to program you that this is happiness. Oh, they have sold burgers. They have sold burgers in the name of happiness. Okay, they have they have done whatnot, and those burgers with all the processed food that is there in that, with like the last thing a human being should eat. You know, even animals are more intuitive, and they know they're not programmed by advertisement. Thank God, animals are not programmed, and they're made to watch these TV commercials, where they're told that a car is a happiness, a sexy girlfriend sitting with you in your sexy car is happiness. That's what they do. Truly, that's what they do. Have you seen how they sell perfumes? You're truly putting a chemical on your body. All right, go for some sustainable. Go for something sustainable when it comes to fragrance. I would suggest that. So yeah, I'm sorry, but they're selling us some stupid ideas of happiness, and you don't have to buy it. You have to find your own happiness. Where does it lie? You know, and it could be in some materials, and I'm not denying it. Okay, I also consume material, but majorly, what I've gone through my journey, the majorly I have found that the more you hoard materials, in your cupboards and everything, the more, the less you receive. The less you receive from the spirit, the less you receive from Shiva. Have you not seen people out there on YouTube and everything? They've started to say that, we had, spirit came and said this. Galactics is another name. Galactics came and said that, and there are people who say that we there are people who channel aliens as well, extraterrestrials. Then you know, so yeah, I mean, I truly believe that there are energies, in the subtle world, in the spiritual world, and especially the people, who came first, you know are the people who are not literally illusionary, you know and of course there are some frauds as well out there on YouTube. There are a lot of frauds, actually, not few. There are a lot of frauds, actually. So yeah, just be careful. Okay, don't believe anything and everything. Don't even believe me, yaar. मैं तो यही बोलूँगी. Just don't even believe me. Go live your life. Go do your spiritual work. You will exactly know who to trust. You will exactly know. Wow. You will exactly know who to trust. You will exactly know who to trust. It's so beautiful to watch birds slowly going their home, fluttering their wings and going home. And I don't know, it just relaxes me a lot. Connecting to their energy, how calm they are. Wow, I love it. So yeah, don't believe everyone. Don't even believe me, because go and do your spiritual work. You will know exactly who to trust. You will just know who to trust. You know, you will come, and trust me, it has happened that I've seen someone and I was a certain spiritual level of work, and I didn't believe those group of people. I was like, what? Aisa to ho hi nahi sakta. This is too idealist. This is too magical, to exist. And then I have worked on myself spiritually, and then came a time when I could resonate with that energy, and I could sense it intuitively that no, these people who are talking around these subjects are right. That yes, this is true. So, and the other, some as I go on my spiritual journey, there could a time when I would just disbelieve with that. So yeah, it's what's the best quality about a spiritual journey? That no one comes in between. No one, and no one should intrude in between. It's just you and you, my darling. It's just you and you. You know, it's truly you and you. So, there have been times when I've taken risk and trusted certain energies, and I have followed those energies on my life path, you know, and then, yeah, I have, it's just you and you. Okay, there is nobody. People can help you, guide you, distract you from your path, and sometimes people who are distracting you are helpful because they put you so much on your path. They put in all the energy and put you so much on your path again. So yeah, that's just all I want to tell you, is that we are moving to ascension. And Homo sapiens, you cannot pretend to be cute, and yeah, you cannot pretend to be cute anymore, dude. You have to. You have to. You have to. You you are on a crossroad. And trust me, if you choose to go blind, then even that would be taken as a choice. Even unconsciousness is a choice. Rather, the choice right now on earth that people are going to get is either you choose being conscious or either you choose being unconscious. And God truly allows you to make mistake, but at least be conscious of your mistakes. The only choice that you have right now is being conscious or being unconscious. Demons are conscious, by the way. They are consciously choosing the path that they are choosing. Gods are conscious of choosing the path that they're choosing. It's only human beings who are a little cute and they're like, no, I don't want to see things. No, I want to live in my own illusion. I want to buy sofa for my house because that is so important, because guests are going to come in. And of course, I don't have to go through the pain that I'm feeling in my heart, because mental health जैसी कोई चीज तो होती नहीं है. Spirituality, it has all got corrupted. But then there are people out right now in the world who can really help you spiritually. I'm a spiritual teacher myself. If you need some help, you can always contact me. So I will give my information in the description. And I also feel that you should, go to a spiritual teacher whom you resonate with. It's just so important. You know, there are certain people who come to you just to check you whether are you really a spiritual teacher. What can you do? So don't come like that. You really have some problem, you come. you know at least start your journey. Then you're going to find the problems in your life, then you're going to find challenges in your life, then you're going to find guidance in your life. Half the people are they've not even started their journey. I'm sorry to say, they've not started their journey, and they just feel that I'm sorry, you have to start your journey, right? You have to at least start. You have to come to a point where you're actually eligible for guidance. Yeah, that's another thing. So yeah, yeah. So the choice is actually not between being God and demon. It's being whether you choose to be conscious or unconscious. And it's painful to see everything at first all together. It's painful, but gradually gradually you just settle down into your own nature and you find God within. Trust me. I think that's it with the video. Thank you for watching, and happy evolution to all of you who all chose to participate in it. And thank you for following me. And please comment, like, share so that I can reach more and more people, please. Please. Thank you.